For the fifth day in a row, people in Khabarovsk are taking to the streets. They demand the release of their governor. Their anger is directed at the Tsar. Now the authorities are trying to put an end to the protests with cunning methods. While people in Khabarovsk are shouting about their anger, state television is silent. For the main channels of the country, protests simply do not exist. The events in Khabarovsk are not mentioned in the news or on numerous political talk shows. The main propagandist of the Kremlin, Vladimir Solovyov, prefers to rant for 2 hours about the catastrophic situation in the United States, and then pour out his poison on Ukraine for another 2 hours, the newspaper notes. Meanwhile, the Russian authorities are trying to paralyze the protests in Khabarovsk with cunning methods. As protesters write on social networks, on the square in front of the government building, where the protesters gather, they removed the hatch covers. In the evenings, street lights are turned off along the route. On Wednesday, electricity was completely cut off in 3 districts of the city at once. Also, the coronavirus pandemic apparently should help the authorities to take the situation under control again. Khabarovsk is the only region in the entire Russian Federation where, according to the official data of the Information Center to Combat the Epidemic, presented on Wednesday, the number of COVID infections is on the rise. 19. At the beginning of May, only 71 cases per week were registered, now 120, although the Kremlin has already announced its victory over the coronavirus. Allegedly, the growing number of infections could be a reason for the authorities to impose restrictions on movement, the author of the article believes. In addition, there are more and more reports that military forces are being pulled into the region. Video on social media shows military equipment and special forces soldiers. The authorities are probably afraid of an